Welcome to another episode of Rise with Serious, a show where we dive deep into the untold stories of entrepreneurs who turn their dreams into reality. And today with me, I have the CEO of Bells Nigeria, the mastermind and genius behind Glitz Fair. He is the guy that makes events unforgettable and help a lot of women turn their dreams into reality. Join me in welcoming the incredible Mr. Ahmed Adam. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Ahmed, before we start our conversation, we have a little game we play here.
Okay.
So we can get to know you a little bit better.
All right, let's go.
So, Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Texting with emoji or no emoji?
No emoji.
Rainy days or sunny days?
In between.
Live performance or recorded music?
Recorded music.
Hiking or biking?
Hiking.
So now that I've known you a little bit more, let's start our conversation. So can you share with us how and why did you start Glitz Fair or Bells Nigeria?
Okay. So first of all, let's just delve into it. The Glitz Fair and Bells Nigeria are two names that, are intertwined. People tend to mix them because they have always seen Bells associated with the Glitz Fair or Glitz Fair associated with Bells Nigeria. So I'm here to spell it out. The Glitz Fair and the Bells Nigeria, yes, they are intertwined, but Bells Nigeria is the mother of the Glitz Fair. Bells Nigeria gave birth to the Glitz Fair. Bells Nigeria was actually an event that was established in early 2015. And it was created with the mindset of providing a platform that could actually help and support businesses, especially when it comes to giving marketing strategies, providing marketing strategies to businesses. It started off at that level, and then later it transformed to being a full-fledged marketing agency, an event planning company. Under Bells Nigeria, we created several projects, and Glitz Fair happens to be one of the projects created by Bells Nigeria. So the Glitz Fair is actually the baby of Bells Nigeria, when you put it this way. And the Glitz Fair is a platform that was created with the main objective of providing networking, marketing, and sales opportunities for small and medium-scale enterprises. It started off in northern Nigeria. And it started with this clear vision of providing a physical space where businesses can actually come, sell their products, network, and learn about their businesses. And when we started off since 2016, it was the first of its kind because we put in a lot of work and a lot of effort to make sure that it's different, because we all grew up in a society where we know the usual trade fairs and how it goes. And then when the Glitz Fair came about, there was a need to create a fair, but a modern one, because the generation has already shifted. People now are paying attention to other things other than just the usual conventional, traditional fairs. So we created a lot of activities around it, entertainments, things that would actually attract and pull the audience to come and explore the businesses that are showcasing at the event. So it was really undoubtedly the first of its kind, especially in Kano when it was established. And it has created a lot of waves in the activities and the lives of a lot of SMEs in northern Nigeria.
What challenges have you faced in growing Glitz Fair, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, the challenges are inevitable in businesses. We all know that. When we started the Glitz Fair, it was new, and we all know the challenge that you face as a trailblazer in every industry. You're starting something, creating a different tradition, something that is entirely new and something that people would want to really, even try to even understand it. How is it? What value am I going to get out of this? And then when we started, it was just about creating the space for businesses to come and display their products. Okay? There was nothing about teaching them. There was nothing about awareness. It was just come and buy a stall, get a stall, have a stall, pay for a stall, and then, just come and display. And then we don't, because we started off as, newbies in the industry, and then we didn't collect as much data as possible. And then we didn't pay attention to mostly the complaints that we got, the complaints that people, from their experience participating at the fair. So it's due to that we kind of understood that later, after a year or two, we understood that just providing the platform for businesses to showcase their product is not enough. People are looking for, awareness. People are looking for specific information on how they can actually participate, because it's not just about the fair. It's what happens after the fair. And if you come and then display your products, and then we usually pull a lot of people, and a lot of people will come to you and you don't even know what to do with them. And then contacts will just be flying, around, and then you don't even know how to retain them, how to keep them, and then how to even utilize them. So we come up with specific concepts called the masterclass, Glitz Fair Masterclass. So if you register as a vendor, you are going to get that masterclass. And this masterclass is going to train you on how you can be able to participate as a business owner, how you can be able to learn the specific things, to get when participating at the fair, because you're going to meet a lot of people. A lot of people are going to make inquiries about your business. If you don't know how to even smile, if you don't know how to even communicate, if you don't know how to keep information, how to market how to market your business. So it will just be as if you will shift the blame. You'll shift the blame to the organizers. You don't even know exactly how to actually, make sense out of your participation at the fair. So that was exactly one of the major challenges. And then the ways of overcoming that challenge was the masterclass that was created, if that answered the question.
So based on your experience with working with a lot of women, what do you think are the challenges women are facing in growing their business or scaling their business to the next level?
It's a very difficult question for me to answer as a man, but of course, working with a lot of women in the industry, I think I should be able to have an idea or two about, what the challenges can be. And first, to begin with, I think it's a cultural challenge. We are constrained by our culture, and we are constrained by, things that kind of gives us, the cultural structure of how we operate. And mostly it has a lot to do with the fact that women are being expected to operate at a certain standard based on our societal culture again. And then that kind of brings some level of constraint when it comes to their participation at the event. I don't want to sound too academic. When you actually look at, our structural societal structure and how women usually operate. Of course, you would know that there are a certain standard which the society expects them to operate on. And most of those standards, sometimes it doesn't go in line with business. Let's just talk the truth. It doesn't go in line with business, because business is about aggression. You're competing. When you are out there to compete with people that are trying to also compete with you. So the best among the people that are within that competition arena, then that's the person that is going to come out as the winner. So I so much believe that it's the culture. And then, thankfully, now that the culture is being, shifted, people are becoming more accepted, towards, people are becoming more receptive towards entrepreneurship and allowing women to actually perform in different business fields.
So yanzu abin da kake faɗa is because mu matan Arewa, just because we are in Arewa, she said we are having challenges in our business. Ko kuma, I don't understand the way you say culture, because saboda kawai Arewa muke, so that's the challenges.
Na yi magana ne a dunkule.
To ka warware shi.
To magana da nake faɗa na culture ya shiga cikin ɗabi'unmu yadda muke, musamman Arewa. Kwarai da gaske a arewacinmu muna da expectations kamar yadda na faɗa, expecting yanayin yadda mu'amala na mata yake a waje da cikin gida baki ɗaya. A kullum ana expecting mace akwai certain abubuwan da ba za ta yi ba, musamman saboda culture da kuma addini. Ba zan ce saboda addini ba, because it's all about interpretation, yanayin yadda aka yi fassara kuma yadda ake tafi da shi da sauransu. To wannan shi yake da tasiri kwarai da gaske wajen rashin barin mata su fita don su yi abubuwan da ya dace, musamman akan business ɗinsu. Kamar yadda na faɗa, shi business abu ne da yake buƙatar jajircewa, abu ne da yake buƙatar kullum sai an yi aiki da shi a kansa.
So yanzu da kace as cultural expectations ɗinmu da komai, mu yanzu as an entrepreneur, And then kuma as an Arewa woman, what do you think I will do to help me overcome wannan challenges?
Okay, so abin da yake faruwa shine kin ga yanzu kamar ki idan kina business ɗinki na farko, one of the major things that you need is to create your business structure. Kuma kowane business yana relying akan structure ɗin da aka create ɗinsa based on professionality. Da farko ya zama na cewa akwai kwarewa, akwai gogewa, kuma ya zama na cewa duk abin da za a yi kamar yadda muke cewa there is a societal standard which has a lot to do with our culture, al'adarmu da addininmu. It's all yana playing critical role on how we do our activities. Kuma shi yake guiding a lot of us. So abin da yake faruwa, talking about the constraint, muna magana akan majority kenan. Mafi yawan challenges ɗin da ake samu abin da ya shafi na mu'amala yau da gobe. Ko na yanda mata suke running businesses su irin challenges ɗin da suke iya samu. So challenges kamar yadda na faɗa shine na farko challenges ɗin da ya shafi abin da ake iya tararwa musamman a gida. Idan miji ya ce to yau business ɗin nan ga yadda ake so a yi, aka ce babu fitowa a camera, babu fitowa a kaza, of course it's a challenge, especially in this new era na technology, because muna magana branding ne na. Because kuma it's all about content da kake putting out. Kuma it's about brand yourself or be branded. Yanzu that's the world da ake living a ciki. Idan baka fito kai branding kanka ba, ka nuna wa duniya cewa ga abin da nake saidawa kuma ga abin da na tsaya a kai, so babu wanda zai kuma fito ya maka wannan. Babu wanda zai san ka. Sai dai kuma mutane su faɗi labari akan ka, kuma wannan labarin duk abin da aka faɗa ba za ka iya ma fitowa ka tsare wannan labarin ba. So you cannot even come out to create a narration about yourself, to even tell a story about your own brand. Exactly. So akwai wannan constraint kwarai da gaske. But how we can be able to work around to navigate it is to be able to do it in a professional way. Kamar yanzu kwarai, kamar ina faɗa, I'm an advocate of culture ɗin da ake magana kwarai. Mu tsare abinmu da ya shafi al'adarmu da ya shafi wannan kwarai da gaske abu ne da suke da kwarai, suke da muhimmanci kwarai da gaske. To amma kuma ba wai kada kuma mu yi amfani da culture din a matsayin limitations. Yawa, yanzu gashi nan muna interview, gashi nan you are well covered, you are well, collected. Muna magana cikin respect din juna, cikin mu'amala na kwarai. So duk irin waɗannan abubuwan su ne abubuwan da mu muke karɓan su. Kuma culture din ma kwata-kwata ba zai taɓa frowning at those irin wannan interactions ba. So ya zamana cewa mutum ya sani cewa marketing ko kuma creating content ba sai kai going out of your personality ba, ko sai kai going out of your way to impress, ko to call the attention of your customers, ko to borrow one culture then that is not entangled with your own personal culture or your own personality. In Ghana, kamar nan idan being a northerner, if you want to create a content, you don't have to pretend to sound like a southerner. If a southerner wants to market their product, they don't have to pretend to sound like a northerner. You can be in yourself. You can actually embrace your own essence and who you are as a person to come out and then market your product. It's all about the product. It's all about what you are putting out. And let me tell you, when it comes to business, it has no barrier in a language or background or culture or anything. It relies on a single thing: value. What value is your business providing in the market? And as you know, value is anything that either solves a problem or fulfills a need. So based on that, it has nothing to do with your culture. So you can actually come out as a Hausa person to speak to Igbo with English. And then so long as what you have, it's really good, they would listen to you and they would want to buy it from you. And even an Igbo person, if you want to sell something to a new community, and then they can as well do the same. And it's all about that particular product. So when you actually know how to understand yourself and to even embrace yourself, to embrace who you are, and then to embrace where you're from, and then you can be able to be unique in your own way and still achieve the result that you're looking for.
There is, I think, some content creators that I used to see on Instagram that they'll wear a full-blown hijab and niqab to market their product. So I don't think religion or societal stuff can actually limit you from maybe marketing or being on social media. So I don't know why you, the men, are restricting the women on achieving what they want to achieve. And I think we need to do better.
Absolutely.
With that. Yeah. What role do you think networking and mentorship, because you are the master of networking, plays a role in making business succeed?
Okay, so the role of networking and mentorship. Role of networking and mentorship. First of all, I think they are critical when it comes to every aspect of business growth and development. Because number one, let's talk about networking. Networking, if you can actually see it within, the main purpose of, the name networking, and then how it can actually help a business, you would realize that with networking, a business can actually go far. And the business relies on the people that the actual business, that business can actually penetrate, the network that it can actually penetrate, those services can actually get to. And it's with that networking that you can be able to reach to, a greater height for your business or for your brand or product. And networking is actually key. Why? Because I usually convince even the Glitz Fair, when vendors usually participate, I usually tell them that the value of your participation at the Glitz Fair is not just about making sales. Think of it, how much can you make at a fair? But with networking, you can make times 100 of that. Because when you actually know the people that are coming, because usually we have over 3,000 people coming in a single day, exploring the businesses that are showcasing there. Think of it, over 3,000 people. That's a big number. And in that 3,000 people, when you actually divide the number even into half and you still divide it into, you can still end up with at least 50 people. For example, 50 people that fall within the niche of your brand or of your product, or people that you are looking for to buy from you. And then these people, when you actually get to build a good business relationship with them, they can actually multiply. And with that, you can be able to grow your business. So networking is really important, and it's key to every business success. And then mentorship. Talking about mentorship, it's really important. And it's sad that we don't really embrace that around here, especially because mentorship is, finding someone who has already done it, because you cannot reinvent the wheel. You have people that have already done it within whichever industry you are operating in. You have people that have already thrived in that industry. And it's about you meeting those people, and they can be able to give you valuable information for free. Some of these people have already retired. Some of these people are already doing it within the industry, and they have a lot of network at their disposal. So when you have someone that can really mentor you in different aspects of your business, you can decide to have someone who can mentor, not just a single person. You can have someone who can mentor you in marketing, someone who is an expert in marketing, who has really worked with different organizations and different companies, different products, and has seen the generational transition on how things were and then how things currently are. And then you can be able to tap into their knowledge and information. So with mentorship, I think a business or someone can actually do a lot of things. It will save you, number one, a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of, cost and time. Because things that you would just do it for yourself and then to figure it out at the end of the day after you've spent so much money and time, and then you have someone who can just tell you not to do this or do this, point you to the right direction.
So for people that don't have access or money to be part of your group or part of your community, how do you think, or where do you think they can get that mentorship or networking opportunities?
I think mentorship and networking opportunities are everywhere. When we actually look towards the right direction, we would realize that it's everywhere. It's within the people that you are discussing, or the circle that you have, the people that you are interacting with sometimes on a daily basis. Okay, it can be within your family, your own family, your neighbors. These are people that are open to, giving you information that you can be able to learn. Because talking about mentorship, let's magani mami nini mentorship to begin with. But masamu someone that we look up to, and then this person can easily or tell us or guide us on specific areas that make it a business generally in our personal development. And then these people are musulana kowa yana da su. In kika duba kowa yana da su. So ba wai specific sai ka je wani to specific area ba ko wani abu za ka same shi. Za ka iya farawa from where you are. But then eventually dole za ka koma akwai kuma wanda dama already su professionals ne. Sun kware an goge. Saboda musamman da mu da muka yi ma'amala da businesses sama da guda wurin 5,000, 10,000 za ga to ka ji matsaloli kala-kala. So za ka iya relating da matsalar wannan ai na ji irin wannan. So from that information da kake da shi, you can be able to guide someone and say, okay, do this, don't do this, do this. And we are keeping up with the current international activities too. So you know exactly what is happening. You know what can be internationally valuable or accepted. So I think that is the essence of networking and mentorship.
So what lessons have you learned from managing a large-scale event like Glitz Fair?
Okay, the lessons are huge, honestly, because events like Glitz Fair, you are going to interact with a lot of companies. You're going to interact with a lot of entities. The Glitz Fair is actually designed for small and medium-scale enterprises, but we deal also with multinational companies. And these are people with high expectations. And then when you're working with them, there is a certain specific standard that they hold you up to, perform. And then when you actually start performing with them, you would realize that there is a lot of things that you can learn in terms of the specific things to do. One of the biggest lessons that we have learned from running the Glitz Fair for over 8 years now is, number one, the interaction that we have been having with the business owners or the SMEs that have been participating with us or that are on our platform, is that there is there are a lot of, and then when you actually look into the Glitz Fair platform, you would realize that we don't just deal with small and medium scale enterprises. We deal with, multinational companies too that come in as partners and some as sponsors. And then the major thing is that you are going to interact with them and you are going to put them together with also the SMEs that are going to participate. And even the SMEs, we said small, medium scale enterprises. And then we have the small ones and then we have the medium ones. And then they are not of the same category, but you are going to bring them under one umbrella and you are expecting them to actually do the same thing at the same time. So I think that those are, the lessons that we have learned to find a balance between bringing various business, categories together and making them to actually work chronologically in such a way that they will just harmonize every aspect of it and then, implement the participation in a successful way.
A lot of people are doing fairs now. So what do you think is different between those fairs and Glitz Fair?
Okay, this is a very good question, and I will happily respond to it. The Glitz Fair, I know, I'm quite aware that there are a lot of fairs happening around, and it's all about the value that those fairs can actually create for businesses. And I must say that, of course, the Glitz Fair is different from all of the fairs happening. I can beat my chest and tell you that. And then I can list all the values that the Glitz Fair provides. First of all, when you are participating at the Glitz Fair, you're not just participating at a fair, trade fair. You're participating at a small business training school where you can be able to learn specific information and you would have the platform to actually demonstrate those things that you have been trained to implement for your business. For example, now, when someone registers as a vendor, they first of all get the guidance of how they can, first of all, even position their businesses. Because the businesses, when you put it all together, you would realize that there are different, as much as we have different businesses, but then the categories of those businesses, you would realize that they are you can have about 20 to 15 categories of businesses, which tells you that a lot of businesses are doing. And then what we do is we give you a specific information on how you can position yourself, number one, to be different, to stand out, and how you can be able to use the fair to market your brand and how to get your customers. Not just about sales. I keep repeating that. The aim and the success of participating at any fair is the contacts and the networking that you have during the fair and then how you made use of it after the fair. The sales are good. Everybody wants to make money. We know that. Okay, everyone wants to come participate and then get some huge amount of benefit for your participation. But the main benefit is actually the networking, the people that you actually make, and the level of visibility that your business get by participating. And that can be done through a lot of specific classes where we train our businesses to how they can be able to come in, how they can be able to learn those aspects, and then how they can actually participate. And then we give them a business grant where they can be able to give them the opportunity where they can be able to come and then pitch their own activities, pitch their own business ideas, and then why they think their business deserves that amount of money. And the best among them happens to go home with some cash where they can be able to add to their business capital.
That's interesting.
So we run a lot of activities, and more activities are even coming, value additional activities which makes the Glitz Fair different from the usual fairs that we know.
What advice will you like to give someone that wants to go into the line of your business?
Okay, first of all is to study the business, study the terrain, study the environment, know exactly how to position yourself, and then focus on the value which you can actually provide. Because it's not just about selling stalls, getting sponsors and getting money out of it without paying attention to or being concerned about what the vendors are going to get at the end of the day. Because it's not when you actually create a big platform like that, it's no longer about you, it's no longer about what you get, but the people that you bring should be able to go home with specific values, something to really write home about. It could be networking, it could be sales, it could be marketing, visibility, whatever it is that those businesses are looking for. You should really make sure that you provide the platform that would give them those specific values. So it's all about the value that platform can actually create.
That's interesting. And I think a lot of people don't do that, don't give value back to the vendors. Yeah. I have a friend that is saying she's not going to attend fairs again because she's not getting value out of it. So what's your vision for the future of Glitz Fair, especially in supporting women?
Okay, the vision that we have for the Glitz Fair is huge, honestly. And I'm going to reveal some of them. First, we are going to make the Glitz Fair to become the first financial institution that will be granting access to fundings and financial support to businesses, women businesses, yes. So it's no longer going to be just about trade exhibition. It's going to be in partnership with a lot of microfinance banks that we know, a lot of big financial institutions that will be supporting the businesses. And the Glitz Fair is also going to serve as a platform that will train, incubate, and accelerate a lot of women businesses in Nigeria.
That's interesting. So how is Glitz Fair willing to collaborate with Rise with Zeros podcast in bringing women up and supporting them?
Well, bring money. Okay, I think we are open to collaboration. Collaboration is one of the key things that we don't play with at Glitz Fair. When it comes to collaboration, our doors are always open. We're willing to always sit with the people that are looking for us to sit, and then, or people, individuals or entities, to sit and then see how we can be able to work together and add value for each other. And your platform, Rise with Zeros, it's a promising platform that I so much believe that it will do a lot of good for businesses, because it's about creating a platform where a lot of people can, talk about themselves, speak their voices, and then tell their stories. And with, by telling their stories, you shall know them. And I think we have those values already together aligned when it comes to communicating values and then seeing how businesses can actually get valuable information and improve their activities. So already you have your proposal has already been accepted, or honestly, the partnership has already started, honestly. And I would want to see that Zuri's platform expanding to a physical platform where a lot of trainings can happen, a lot of master classes can happen for businesses, women businesses to enjoy. And, talking about women business, now that everything is changing, and then we have a lot of businesses rising, especially women businesses, I must say, that kind of gives you the responsibility to create a concrete platform, which I don't even know if it actually exists. A concrete training platform. It could be an annual training programs or anything that would actually be supporting women, that would help them understand their businesses, understand, what is expected of them in their business, what the business actually expect, so that we can get out of that CEO syndrome. Let's understand that there is a CEO syndrome. And then this CEO syndrome, sometimes it's holding us back. We don't really get our hands dirty, literally, to know how to actually work around our businesses.
You are a CEO, but you don't know the ins and out of the business.
You don't know the ins and out of the business. The CEO, it actually crowns you with a lot of responsibility. So you have to know that being a CEO, it gives you that responsibility to do the needful for your business. And what are the needful? Your platform should be able to, communicate those specific needful and break them down. A farfasa shi ɗaya bayan ɗaya daki-daki yadda za a gane, yadda duk wanda ya zo zai gane, kuma duk wani wanda yake da sana'a zai gane cewa in dai har na ɗauka na ce ni I am a CEO of abu kaza. So wannan CEO ɗin is called Chief Executive Officer. So what are you executing? What are you a CEO of? So it's important for us to understand that mun ɗauki wani riga ne na responsibility, wato danle kuma ya kamata mu yi amfani da wannan rigar mu tabbatar da mun yi abin da ya dace. It's a responsibility, kuma it's expected of us to create result out of that. And then kuma they said that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. So then it's a level of the knowledge that you have that you can be able to put into your business. So that means it's necessary as a business person to always invest in your personal growth and development. Go out there, buy books, go to seminars, go to trainings, and then, learn everything that, is being communicated there. There are a lot of free knowledge sharing events, but when you look at the turnout, it's very low. People don't value knowledge sometimes. But I think that, of course, now people are rising. Some people actually value it, but I'm trying to put it out there so that we can actually understand that, given making knowledge a priority, it goes a long way in helping your business to grow. Because when you actually go for any type of business training, you can be able to know exactly the specific things that your business actually needs. And then you can be able to network there as well. You can network, you can learn, what is, being taught at the seminars or workshops or symposiums, and then you can be able to grow from there.
So thank you so much, Ahmed. We really appreciate you being here on Rise with Sirius. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your inspiration. Thank you so much for being here. But before we go, we have a little tradition that we do here in Rise with Sirius. We need you to mention one entrepreneur. And I'll appreciate if it is a woman that is making waves and is doing great in her entrepreneurial journey, so we can bring her and hear from her journey as well.
You're putting me at a very tight corner because you're saying one, and I know hundreds, actually.
Thousands.
Yes, if not thousands, absolutely. So I think I will still go ahead with someone who I know has, really been making wave in her own business industry, and she is truly inspirational. Someone who I know is very dedicated and committed to her business. I think it's no other than Bahija Shehubawa, BJ, Beauty Lounge. She actually has a branch here in Abuja and in Kano. She has she is planning on another branches in, different locations, even outside Nigeria. Sorry, BJ, I'm putting this out. Anyway, so it's her that I'm recommending.
Okay, so BJ, if you are watching this, please be ready for us. Thank you. And to our viewers, I hope today's conversation have left you feeling inspired and ready to start your entrepreneurial journey, especially in the fair or event industry. So please don't forget to comment, like, and share this episode to someone who needs a little extra motivation. I'm your host, Sirius, and this is Rise with Sirius. Let's keep rising.